Now to what's developing, questions still beg for answers in the deadly shooting inside of a mall in Portland. While the motive remains a total mystery, we now know more about the alleged gunman. A lot of people pulling into gas stations across the valley today, looking at the price and saying, what did I do to deserve this? Oh, wow. Weather causing a lot of problems across the country this morning. I have my iPad here, and I want to show you a picture. So pop this up, guys, if you can. I'll zoom in a bit on this picture here so you can get a better look at it. This is an on-ramp, and things are so slick out there. That's a couple of people there outside of the car pushing their car. Obviously, you can see how close this is to the water. Now, I'm going to back up because we don't want to get too far on this deck here. It's not exactly stable, but look at this. This is a fire hydrant, probably about 2 feet high, and the sand is almost up to the top of it. That's how much sand washed up here. Pretty unbelievable when you think about it. Brr.
Brr. I can't believe this. Randy, I was actually in the coat closet trying to see if I could get some gloves and a hat for this guy.
Scarf, earmuffs. I need some earmuffs.
But you have to qualify that statement. He's from snow. I don't get this.
Yeah, I grew up in the Midwest, and here I am whining. But you know what? After a year in the Valley of the Sun, your blood thins out, Randy. It's a fact.
It does. It does.
Bring it on.
You know what it is. What's happening tomorrow when temperatures are only going to get out of the 50s?
I won't be to work.
That's right.
It is 6:44 this Tuesday morning. Time for the Fast 15. All the news you need to get your day started, delivered in just 15 minutes. And we begin with a nation trying to move forward as the small Connecticut community of Newtown is continuing to mourn. But this thing is huge. Let me give you some perspective here. It's about 35 feet long, which Amber's over there in the Weather Center, 35 feet away from me. This thing's big. It's very similar in functionality, right? I mean, it does the same sort of thing here, but the problem is users were complaining that it was missing places, missing streets, giving them wrong directions. So now Google is back. The Google Maps app is essentially what you would expect from Google. This snake was this long.
Oh, my word. That's awful.
Would you try to kill one to get that money?
I would run from one.
But I'll zoom in here on the Memphis area, and that is the one area with a yellow dot, which means they've got some delays happening this morning. You can see those storms moving through there. And I posted a sign up there. Look, 20 feet. Could you even imagine snow up that high? I grew up in Buffalo. 20 feet is unreal, even for me.
Please sing me the jingle, Kirk. You do such a good job.
It's Operation Santa Claus.
Get to theclaus.com. Sanderson, ABC 15. Yeah, me and Susan got it down.
Wow, you've seen the commercial one too many times. Christmas just 11 days away.
Oh, gosh.
I'm sorry, that right there just kind of shocked me. 11 days?
Oh, my goodness. Wow.
Okay, let's move on.
That was putting it in perspective for me as well.
So we thought we'd examine a long time and perhaps long lost holiday tradition.
Yeah, so if you don't have gifts, just kiss. It's the mistletoe, of course.
I felt that one in my bones.
I did
just from hearing you.
Oh my.
But here's the difference. Creepy guy with a clipboard, attractive girl in a mall.
Yeah, and you know, you're sitting.
You know, America, sadly, one of the most obese countries in the world, but at least we don't have a product like this one that we're about to show.
I just want to shake my head on this story.
I know, it's crazy. Okay, if you're busy getting ready this morning, take a quick second, because this video alone, just watching this video is so weird to me. They're marketing this as burgers so good, customers can't wait to unwrap them before eating them. And get this, edible wrapping is already here in the U.S. An ice cream business in Los Angeles actually serves ice cream sandwiches wrapped in edible wrappers.
Okay, that makes sense.
He just put ketchup on the wrapper.
But I can understand.
Blew my mind.
The
This is the real deal, and when you get a chance to take a look at a facility, you quickly realize that this is big business. You've probably heard of this before. A generosity chain is what some people call it, where you pay for the car behind you in a drive-thru or the person behind you in line at a Starbucks or a restaurant, then that person pays for the person behind them, and so on and so on. A town in Canada paying it forward in a huge way. Drivers at this Tim Hortons drive-thru, or Timmy's as they call it up there. You know, it's a cold one out there, as Amy's been telling us, and we want to help you stay safe this morning. Remember the 3 P's when freezing temperatures hit: pipes, pets, and plants. New developments in a story we've been following all year for you, a battle over uniforms at the Phoenix Police Department. The officers union is now filing a lawsuit. It wants the department to reimburse officers for all that money they spent on polos and cargo pants that they're now not allowed to wear anymore. It's 6:45 on this Thursday. Time for the Fast 15. All the news you need to get your day started in just 15 minutes. And we begin with a nationwide crackdown on gun violence. Good morning, 6:30 on this Friday, December 14th. I'm Kirk Yuhnke. We've got that big breaking news story, that hit and run on the 101, the entire highway southbound shut down. We'll have the details on that in just a second. Meantime, we're checking in on the snow in the high country. The search for a missing woman from Scottsdale who disappeared as her family was getting ready to celebrate Christmas. We're told this girl, 19-year-old Sophie Collis, went rollerblading on Monday afternoon but never came back. Meantime, want to jump back into weather. We're all dealing with the wet roads out here in the valley, but the folks up north, some of them dusting off their skis. ABC 15's Kimberly Chang. Some of you, if you woke up early, you saw some rain falling outside of your window. I'm with Iris, who's tracking the storm, and we're going to get to the snow in Flagstaff in just a bit. But first, here in the valley, the good news is most of the rain has actually moved out.
Yes, that is the good news.
The mystic mother of the Phoenix Goddess Temple is back behind bars, and she is only talking to ABC 15 this morning. Tracy Elise was rearrested last week, 15 months after her first arrest. You see her right there in her prison garb. Investigators say she was once again busted for the same crime, prostitution. But Tracy tells us that her church is not about prostitution. She says it's misunderstood. Wisconsin, take a look. This is the headline that people are waking up to this morning, saying that this is in fact just the first wave. And you can see the picture here of someone brushing snow off a bird feeder. It just makes you cold looking at it, doesn't it? Well, I got the tape measure out. We wanted to figure out exactly how big that was. And so from here,
okay, that's
this is Amy's Weather Center here.
Yes.
And you walk over to the edge, and this is about 220 square feet.
All right, so I'm going to stand right here. This is it?
We'll put the kitchen here.
Yeah.
We'll put the computer here, the desk.
The computer's taking up way too much room.
And you can see the highway just covered in snow.
Oh.
But surprisingly, the article, I read it, talks about how it wasn't as bad as they thought it was going to be.
No, and that's not that bad for Cleveland, sadly.
That's a normal Tuesday in December in Cleveland,
like,
isn't it?
Blizzard, no way.
Well, Buffalo, New York, the same way. Powerful storm brings back the snow, but
they're still getting it.
As you mentioned, that's Buffalo.
Yeah.
That's how they roll.
That's how they roll. They're still getting it.
The cleanup is just beginning.
It's hard to have everything and then it's gone.
Eric, his wife, and daughter are now moving out of this tiny community of Reeds Beach, New Jersey, and not by choice. Their rental home was destroyed. Sandy has left her mark here.
It takes a long time to settle in that it's like a bomb site here. It's like a bomb site.
You can see the red tag on the front door. About 7 or 8 houses have these red tags. They've been deemed unsafe to live in, and let me show you why. If you walk back here on this deck, we can go around the edge here and show you. Obviously, you can see how close this is to the water. Now, I'm going to back up because we don't want to get too far on this deck here. It's not exactly stable, but look at this. The unbelievable damage to this home. The entire home pretty much wiped out, and unfortunately it's a scene that plays out over and over here in Reeds Beach. Furniture everywhere, splintered wood too. Oddly, this picture of a sunset on the wall didn't budge. Mother Nature has a cruel sense of humor sometimes.
Well, it's all been reduced to the same rubble, and it's still surreal.
Further north in New Jersey, Sandy did this.
You'll see these big boats, huge boats, sitting up on the land.
Boats tossed around this marina, most of them destroyed. It's a sight that is hard to believe, especially for the people who own the boats here.
Devastation. It really is.
One by one, the boats will be picked up, the homes will be rebuilt, and spirits will be put back together. Along the Jersey Shore, Kirk Yuhnke, ABC 15 News.